what's up YouTube? Pop Culture Candy back with you guys for another video. Alright, so what I got for you guys this week is low grade is better than no grade. Last week, in my last episode, if you guys haven't seen it already, it was classic covers. And I had an ASM number 50 in low grade. And I said that I wanted to get a little video going about, about low grade books. There's nothing wrong with having a low grade book. As I said in that video, for me, I literally draw the line at a coverless copy. Even a remanded copy, I don't know if you guys understand, but back before the direct and newsstand editions, before they put the little, the little icon in the corner of the box, if a remanded copy, if the distributor, the newsstand or, whatever, the store didn't sell the copy of the book, they would rip a third of the top of the cover art off, and they would send, I believe they would send that back and then just throw the book out, and then they would get credit for how many issues that they had destroyed. So they literally rip off a third of the cover and send it back to Marvel or DC or whoever, whoever the books came from, and they would get reimbursed that way. And then years later, they came out with, everything was just newsstand for a while with the barcode, and then they came out with the direct thing where those specific books went to comic shops and the newsstand stayed in the same, on to the public in Optimos and, I don't even know if I guess 7-Elevens, but newsstands literally, because that's what it used to be back in the day, you'd have Optimo or, smoke shop, a stationery store, drugstore, and that's where all the, the books would be on the spinner racks back then. But anyway, so low grade books, like I said, I draw the line at a coverless copy totally, and a remanded copy. Like if the book's 90% there for me, I'm good. You can see what the cover is. So I just want to show some books off that I got for literally, I've had these books a pretty long time, growing up. I've been collecting for a while. So, but a lot of these books came from garage sales, flea markets, and I got them for super cheap, Okay, so for the first book I got, this is Silver Age. This is Captain Marvel number 3. It's a low grade book. It's got a piece missing out of the corner. It's got a couple. I got a dog ear. You can see it down there. I got a dog ear. I got some spine ticks. But the top it's a little rough. It's not that bad. But I mean, for a couple buck book, I'm not gonna let it go. Maybe if I find a better copy, I'll upgrade. Okay, this is a beta. It's a reader copy, but you know what? For $3, I just happen to be flipping at a flea market, and this is part of the Judas contract. This is Teen Titans, and this is the first appearance of Nightwing as Nightwing. And what number is that? 44. Tale of the Teen Titans, number 44. And this is 5 parts. This is book 3 in 5 parts of the Judas contract. Good storyline from DC. Okay, another DC book I got for you guys. Another low grade, low grade copy. It's got a lot of color breaks. This is The Phantom Stranger, number 1. This great artwork in this whole series. I was collecting these for a little while, and I literally paid $3 for this. $3 for a Phantom Stranger number 1 from, it's definitely Silver Age. So I got no problems with that. I got some, it's a low grade copy. But like I said, if I come across a better copy for a good price, I'll upgrade. But until that day, I'm good. Okay, I got it. This book's catching a little. This book's catching on right now. This is. I got some issues, but this is the Silver Surfer, number 14, and this is first time that Spidey and the Silver Surfer get together, and what a great cover. This should be a classic cover too. I showed some books off in the last video, and I want to thank everybody who subscribed and watched, and left me comments and stuff. I really appreciate it. Yeah, it's got some issues. It's got tape on the spine. There's tape, a couple color breaks, but low grade is definitely better than no grade. I'm content. Okay, this is another. I can never afford a Daredevil #1. I mean, maybe someday, but there's other books I would want before I threw down some, heavy dough like that for a Daredevil #1. But, you know what? This is Marvel Superheroes #1. And this reprints Daredevil 1, Avengers 2, and that Strange Tales book that I showed last week. I believe Strange Tales 107, I think it is. Silver Surfer and not Silver Surfer, Torch, Human Torch, and Submariner. And this is a #1. I guess it was just a one shot, and they reprinted these stories. It's got a nice, it's got a pretty decent color break. Like there, it looks like somebody, I don't know, bent the cover. I don't know why they would do that. Man, maybe they were reading it and they used it. I have no idea. But it's got some spine damage. But all in all, you know what? If I want to read Daredevil 1, because even if I own Daredevil 1, I probably wouldn't even open the book to read it. I'd be too scared. So this is, a reader copy. All right. This I happen to find at a garage sale for 25 cents. I wish they had more because I would have bought more. But this was the only one they had, and I just really like the comics. I love this cover because it reminds me of Planet Comics, and this is Flash Gordon from King Comics. And like I said, I paid 25 cents for this. It's a Silver Age book, so I'll take any Silver Age book I can find for 25 cents. All right, so this book I got for you is the last issue before they changed over into, this is Journey into Mystery #125, and this is the last issue in Journey into Mystery, and then at 126 it became Thor. And just a great classic Jack Kirby art. It's got, like I said, it's got some issues. Nothing crazy. Little piece missing there. Trying to find a spot. Sorry guys, I got a dog ear down there. But all in all, it's still, the color still pops. The cover's completely there. So, okay, next book. This is an early Steve Ditko on Doctor Strange, and this is Strange Tales 122. What a great! I love Ditko's rendition of Doctor Strange. I just feel like he was better. I actually like Romita's art better on Spider-Man than I do Ditko. I know that might be blasphemy. I'm not gonna. Steve Ditko, came up with the drawing for Spider-Man. But it's funny how Stan went to Amazing Fantasy 15 isn't drawn by Ditko. That's Kirby. And what a great cover. And then Ditko took over from #1 all the way to 38 was the last issue that Ditko drew. And then he went over to Charlton Publications. And I have a couple of those books, and he did some work for Charlton after he left Marvel. I don't think they left on good terms. It definitely wasn't an amicable departure. But anyway, okay, yeah, that was Strange Tales 122. It's not that bad, and I think it's pretty cool. In the corner, it says Dr. Doom does not appear in this book, but we just wanted to draw his face, which was, I thought that was pretty funny. You know, so, but yeah, an early, you know, Doctor Strange appearance drawn by Ditko, which is pretty cool. I'm glad I have that in my collection. All right, so what I got for you here is I just happened to run out of Golden Age bags, and I got 2 Golden Age books, so I put one on each side. Okay, so for the first one, this is okay, this is Casper, the Friendly Ghost, number 54. I found this at a flea market. Both of these books I found at a flea market. I think the guy gave them to me for like $1 or $2. I think $1 each. I think I paid. But this is number 20 of the second series. When you see Paramount Pictures, that's the second series. The first series was a totally different. This is published by Harvey. The first series was published by St. John, and they only did like I think there's 5 issues, and then they went to Harvey. So if you see Harvey's with that it says Paramount Pictures on the top, this is an early. You know, it's still second series, all the Harveys, but I think at some point they changed to third series. But when you see that Paramount Pictures in there, you know that it's second series. And if you find the St. John's, that can command some high dollars, because those are the first printings of Casper the Ghost. I just, you know, growing up as a kid, I remember watching Casper the Ghost as a little kid, and I absolutely loved Casper. I actually had these bed sheets too, you know, growing up. Okay, so the next book I got on the flip side of this is what a great find this book was. This is from Fawcett Publications, and this is what number? Okay, because the corner is a little ripped on this. This is Captain Marvel, number 19, and you know what is? This might not be the same bag, but maybe it is. Maybe $3 for. Maybe it was $1.50 for both of these books, and I said, "What? A Captain Marvel book?" You know, from the Golden Age, from Fawcett Publication for $1.50, and with an older Casper to boot, that I liked as a kid, it's a no-brainer right there. You know, but it's not that. It's really not that bad. This book dates back to. I'm not sure. I forgot to write that down, guys. I'm sorry. I don't even like to open these things because the paper's so brittle. You know, the cover's brittle, you know, but the art inside, the ink they used was so great that it stands the test of time, that ink. Because I have a couple Planet comics, you know, where the paper on the outside, you know, is pretty, you know, you could see that it aged, but the ink is just like, you could still see all the, you know, the words and the pictures is just so bright, like the day it was printed. They definitely, you know, used different ink back in the Golden Age than they did through the Silver and Bronze. You know, as we all know, the paper got crappier over the years as well, you know. But okay, this book I found at the first time I went to New York Comic Con. My brother had gotten me tickets for me, my wife, and my son, and we went to New York Comic Con, and I bought a couple books. And I was looking for pre-code horror, but they were just, it was, you know, those guys needed to, you know, the vendors, the money, it cost them so much money to set up a booth there. You know, their overhead before even selling anything is just, you know, insane. So, you know, I can't really, you know, you don't expect them to give you a crazy deal, and I just couldn't afford any of those old EC books, you know, the pre-code horror. But this is Suspense Comics from Atlas, and this is a very early, when they actually started the Comics Code. You could see right. I'm backwards, guys. I'm sorry. By my finger, my finger's right over it. Okay, that little star is the first emblem to say it was approved by the Comics Code, before they actually, you know, came, you know, and changed the symbol with the A that we all know and pretty much seen on every book. But this was a very early horror book from when they incorporated, you know, when they started the Comics Code. You guys know the story. I could talk about that another day. I won't, but there was literally Senate hearings on, supposedly comic books were contributing to the delinquency of minors. Anyway, they probably just wanted to put a bunch of publishers out of business, and keep the big boys, because they were able to, be part of the machine. Anyway, that's a different story. Okay, so this book I talked about in my undervalued and overlooked second and third appearances. This is the Defenders, and this is their first appearance. This is Marvel feature number 1. It's a low grade book, but I got the first appearance of the Defenders. And, maybe one day if I come across a better copy, I'll upgrade. And the great thing about having a low grade book, guys, is you're not freaking out if you want to take it out and read it, first off. Because we all take the tape off. We're like, oh my God, most of the time I use painter's tape. Because just in case, now I totally take the tape off the bag. Because I ain't having anything stick to my, my stuff. I just can't have that. That's just, unacceptable. But, another great thing is, if you're going to 9.8, and you want to go to sell that, yeah, you're going to get a high, ridiculously dollar amount. But your demographic to sell books is literally, now you're only, marketing to a certain amount of people. And yeah, if it's a book like Amazing Spider-Man number 1, it's going to sell. You know what I mean? But if you got a Marvel feature number 1 in a 9.8 and you're looking to get, I don't even know. I'm just going to throw out a figure, $2,000. I want $2,000 for a 9.8 of Marvel feature number 1. Come on. Who's going to shell that kind of money out? Yeah, it's great. We can watch videos on, how much this book sold for. Maybe somebody will buy it, but I just feel like this is an easy sell. And for what I paid, I probably paid a couple bucks for this. And if somebody wants to give me, I don't know. If I make anything over, the time it's going to take me to list it, or sell it, or go to the post office to drop it in, it's all profit anyway. So even if I get $40 for this thing, which is probably worth more, I don't know, but I'm just throwing out numbers. If I get $40, what I made, $35. For what? I'll find another copy, and I'll keep the better one and sell this one. And my demographic to who I could sell to is just, it's wide open, because everybody can afford a lower grade book. And that's why I'm telling you guys this. There's no reason to look at stuff and be like, oh man, I wish I could have that. But you could find these books. All right, here's a perfect example of a book that's people are going crazy for right now. It might have cooled off a little, but I know, this is the one that everybody wants. And it's got issues, but this is Thor number 165. And this is the first appearance of him out of the cocoon. And that's the problem right there. Okay, the top corner is, I think the first page is missing too. It was ripped. But you know what? The rest of the book, this covers like 98% there. And I literally paid, I bought this out of a flea market. So I couldn't have paid, even if I paid $5 for this, which I probably didn't even get it for that much, take it. I've had this book for a while. Before the hints of Adam Warlock, I've had that book for probably, 10, 15 years. All right, $5 was a little more back then. So what is it today? I don't know, maybe $10. But still, first appearance of him for $10 in today's dollar value, I'll buy that every day. Another perfect example. Okay, here we go. Batman 189, okay? First Silver Age Scarecrow, okay? It's missing the cover down here, but it's like 90% there. You could see exactly what's going on, who the character is. All right, what am I missing? The bottom of Batman's arm? Big deal. The page isn't ripped. It doesn't affect the story, okay? It's a perfect example. And I probably paid, like, once again, $5, $10 for this thing at a flea market. I love the flea markets. I love flea markets and estate sales, because they hear the word bundle and they love you. Yeah, I'll bundle a bunch of stuff. No problem. I'll buy this whole box. I'll bundle the whole box. We'll call it a bundle. All right, another book that, just because it's got writing on it makes it, the book's not bad. It's really not a bad grade, but there's somebody wrote a date on here, and this is we went from that Batman first Silver Age Scarecrow to Superman's girlfriend Lois Lane, and this is the first appearance of Catwoman in the Silver Age. And this book's gonna, this book will heat up too. This is number 70. It could use a clean, maybe clean the press. I mean, the book's tight, pretty tight. All right. I got little rips by the staples, little staple rusting, nothing crazy, but I'll take low grade every day, all day to complete it. To have great books, great key issues. All right. This is my oldest Fantastic Four book. It's a lower grade book, but you know what? I own a Fantastic Four, number 22. I threw it a mile out to make it a little better, But really, the only issues it's really got is that at the top, and there's the when I was telling you guys about the comics code that we all know. It's really all in all. I mean, the cover is absolutely beautiful. The ink is it's all there. Just a great Fantastic Four issue. Okay, another low grade copy, but you know what? I have the 5th appearance of the X-Men, and I probably, I paid nothing for this. I mean, nothing in, maybe $10, $15. I know I wouldn't drop more than, I don't know, $15, $20 for this kind of beat up copy. Once again, I'm going back a while too, guys. I've been doing this a long time, but this is the oldest X-Men I own, and I'll take the 5th appearance, no problem at all. I'll take the 5th appearance of everything. Avengers. I actually have an Avengers 5, and it's in pretty damn good shape. I would love my grail is Avengers 1. I really, really want, because to me that's an affordable. I could work for that book. But this book's a beater. I'm afraid to even take this thing out because I'm afraid it's just, I wouldn't even want to mess with it. It's got issues, but you know what? The cover art's great, and it's the 5th appearance of the X-Men. I love that. All right, this book I found. Guy was selling. He had books on Craigslist, and he gave me this book. X-Men 141, and shoot, sorry, I try not to curse, guys. I forget that I got 3 books though, and he gave me all 3 books for Fantastic Four number 50. I got all 3 of. Okay, this is ASM 41, and this is the first appearance of the Rhino. All right, it's a low grade copy, maybe a 2. It's got it's got some issues. It's not. I mean, it's presentable. And yeah, so he gave me this X-Men 141 and Fantastic Four 50, and I think it was $80, and I was like, I couldn't take the 420s out of my pocket. I think I had like $100. I was meeting him somewhere. I think we met at a Dunkin' Donuts or something, and I had $100 in my pocket. And and I didn't know what the guy had. I picked these 3 books out, and we weren't too far from a cash machine anyway. I mean, but the shape of the books, I was like, what are you thinking? And he was like $80. I didn't even argue with him. I was like, here you go. I couldn't get the 420s out of my pocket fast enough, and I still had $20 to put gas in my car. But okay, I mentioned this book in my undervalued and overlooked appearances. Again, later, second and third appearances. And I was talking about don't feel bad because there's second and third and even 4th appearance. And I love this book. I literally, I mean, it's a low grade copy, but you know what? I own the 4th appearance of Iron Man, and he's still got the gold suit. So, I mean, to me, this is a piece of history, And I think I got this for like $20. And I've had it for probably about maybe like, I don't know, well over 10 years. Definitely well over 10 years. And I found this I probably found at a comic shop, and I think I paid, might have had half price or something like that. And I said, yeah, oh hell yeah, So I'm very proud to own this book. I absolutely love it. Okay, now I got 2 left for you. Okay, this book is heating up, and last week on my classic covers, I showed off part of the trifecta that I want, and this is Submariner #1. Excuse me, guys. I'm sorry. I got this. I won this on an auction, and I think I got it for around $60 a few years ago. And it's got a, okay, I'm missing a couple little, the paper gets brittle over time, and it just chips away, and that's what happened there at the top, But a clean might help this thing, But I'm content, and I need to get that Iron Man #1. Because I already got Iron Man Submariner 1, and I got the Submariner 1. Now I just got to get Iron Man 1, and I'll have, that's another one of my books that I want. That and Avengers 1. But okay, I saved my my favorite book. Okay, I found this at a comic shop, and I was with my dad, and I was with my son. My son was still little. He was not little, but he was probably maybe 8, 9, enough to pick out his own books, and he knew how to read, and so we all went to the comic book store together, and with my pop, and then we all went out to lunch, and I could not believe that he had this for $15, and I did not care. I own it, and it's my favorite character. And okay, it's missing, this is Marvel Spotlight 5. And I found Marvel Spotlight 5 for $15. Okay, it's missing, it's missing where it says the M from Marvel and the, the price and the issue number. But for $15, man, I own Marvel Spotlight 5. I wish I can get a better copy, but now, no, that ain't happening. So I'm fine. The book is 100% complete. The pages look great. The book's still attached to the cover, except for obviously the top part, because the staple's right here. And I don't know who cut it out. I don't know why they cut. Maybe it was part of I don't know. Maybe a remanded copy, and that's how they did it. Maybe they changed, instead of taking the whole, the whole third top off, they just took the price insignia. It'd be easy to mail, maybe in a small envelope for cheaper postage. I really don't know, but there was no way. I said $15. I don't know how this guy's staying in business, and it's ironic that I say that, because I went back to that guy. That's where I found that Dark Side book for $15 too. And the guy's out of business now. I mean, obviously, if you're selling books, first appearance of Dark Side, first appearance of Ghost Rider, and you're selling these for $15, I can see why your freaking store closed. But anyway, I mean, I'll take that all day. I wish he had a $15 sale. I don't know, man. It was the Lords of the Long Box were watching, over my shoulder that day. That's for sure. And so that's what I got for you guys. Don't get discouraged. Forget the 9.8s. If you've come across a low grade book and you don't own it, and you love that book, you know what? Buy the low grade copy. And if you come across, you upgrade you flip that book. And you upgrade, and you keep the better. Believe me, if I come across a collection and I get a Marvel Spotlight 5, chances are it's going to be a better condition than this. Unless the cover's totally, there's who knows. But anyway, chances are it's going to be a better conditioned book. I'm going to sell this one, and I'm going to upgrade my copy. And that's how the hobby funds itself. So I want to thank everybody who subscribed and left me comments and everything. Once again, please, Pop Culture Candy, subscribe. Leave me comments on what you guys think. Where do you hunt for books? It's getting warm in New York, so estate sale time is coming. Tag sale, garage sales. I'll be out hunting books for sure. I can't wait, you know. And if I get some hauls, you know, I'll even snap some pictures while I'm doing it, you know. I'm not down with the selfie stick and the GoPro. I don't know about all that stuff. I'm lucky, man. I'm lucky I could work this thing. All right, guys. So Pop Culture Candy, like, subscribe, you know, help me out, and spread the word, guys. All right. God bless all of yous, and I'll see you next week.